Imagine this. It's the end of the day, and instead of feeling exhausted and overwhelmed, you feel energized, accomplished, and in control. Every task you set out to do is done. Every goal you dreamed about is moving closer to reality. You didn't chase time, you owned it. Time is the one resource we cannot earn back, but most people spend it unknowingly. Minutes slip through their fingers like sand, leaving them frustrated, stuck, and wishing for more hours in a day. But what if you could transform every single minute into a tool for progress, growth, and fulfillment? This book is your guide to doing exactly that. You will learn how to stop waiting for the perfect moment, how to focus on what truly matters, and how to protect your energy so that every action you take counts. You'll discover how small, consistent steps, minutes stacked intentionally, can create unstoppable momentum in your life. Imagine turning waiting time into learning time. Imagine saying no to distractions without guilt and yes to your goals without hesitation. Imagine building habits so powerful that even tiny daily actions compound into massive results over weeks and years. Make Every Minute Work for You is more than a book about productivity. It's a blueprint for living fully in the present while intentionally shaping the future you want. It's about balancing action and reflection, focus and joy, discipline and freedom. By the end of this book, you won't just know how to manage time, you'll know how to master it. You'll move from wishing for more hours to making every hour you have count. You'll leave distractions behind, reclaim your energy, and step into a life where every minute works for you. Your time is waiting. Your future is waiting. And it starts now. Chapter 1. Stop waiting, start moving. Let me ask you something. How many times have you said to yourself, I'll start tomorrow? How many times have you waited for the perfect moment, the perfect energy, the perfect chance? And how many times did that perfect moment never arrive? That's the trap of waiting. That's the silent thief of your minutes. And that's what I want to help you escape today. Imagine this. You're standing at a bus stop. The bus you need comes every 10 minutes. But instead of getting on the first bus, you say, no, I'll wait for a newer one, a cleaner one, maybe one with softer seats. So you keep waiting. And while you wait, other people already hop on, already move forward, already get closer to where they want to go. But you're still waiting. That's what procrastination does to your life. It keeps you at the station. It makes you miss the ride. And worst of all, it convinces you that waiting is safer than moving. Now listen closely. The truth is, the perfect moment does not exist. There is no perfect day. There is no perfect mood. There is only now. And every minute you waste waiting, someone else is moving forward. Think about it like this. Life is like a river. The water never stops flowing. You can't step in the same spot twice. If you stand there waiting, the river doesn't pause for you. It moves on. And if you don't move with it, you get left behind. So let's be clear. Waiting is not rest. Waiting is not safety. Waiting is delay. And delay is the enemy of your dreams. I want you to capture this thought in your mind. Action today is always better than perfection tomorrow. Say it again with me in your mind. Action today is always better than perfection tomorrow. Now, let me give you an example. Imagine two people who both want to learn how to play the guitar. One says, I'll wait until I have the perfect guitar, the perfect teacher, the perfect free time. The other just picks up an old guitar and starts learning one chord today. Fast forward 1 year. The first person is still waiting. The second person is playing songs, improving, maybe even performing. The difference is not talent. It's not luck. It's not resources. The difference is movement. You see, momentum is built by moving, not by waiting. And momentum is the fuel of achievement. Now let's talk about small steps, because sometimes you don't move because the mountain looks too big. You look at your dream, and it feels impossible. So instead of climbing, you freeze. But here's the secret. You don't climb a mountain in one leap. You climb it step by step. So what's your first step? Not the final step. Not the perfect step. Just the first step. Maybe it's opening a book. Maybe it's writing one page. Maybe it's walking for 10 minutes. Maybe it's making one phone call. That's how you beat procrastination. Not by planning the whole journey, but by taking one small, real step today. Let me give you another picture. Think of a car at a red light. It doesn't move until you press the gas. But once it starts rolling, even slowly, it becomes easier to go faster. Your life works the same way. The hardest part is starting. But once you move, the road opens up. Now, I know what you might be thinking. What if I fail? What if I start and mess up? Let me answer that. Failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is the path to success. Every winner you admire failed first, but they failed while moving, not while waiting. Imagine if a baby said, "I won't try to walk until I'm sure I could do it perfectly." Would that baby ever walk? No. They try, they fall, they get up again. That's how we all learned. But somehow, as adults, we forget that truth. So let me remind you, mistakes don't stop you. Waiting does. Here's the most important lesson of this chapter. Write it down if you can. Don't wait for motivation to act. Act, and motivation will follow. Think about brushing your teeth. Do you feel motivated every morning? Probably not, but you still do it. And once you start, it's easier to finish. That's how action works. It creates its own energy. It creates its own motivation. It creates momentum. So let me challenge you right now. Think of something you've been waiting to do. Something you've been delaying. Maybe it's a project. Maybe it's your health. Maybe it's a dream. Now ask yourself, what is one small step I can take today? And when you find that step, do it. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Today. Even if it's small. Even if it's messy. Even if it's imperfect. Do it. Because here's the truth. You don't need more time. You need more action. You don't need the perfect plan. You need to start. And when you start, you'll feel something powerful. A sense of progress. A sense of control. A sense of growth. That's the reward of moving. So my friend, remember this. Waiting is a habit, but moving is also a habit. Which one do you want to build? The clock is ticking. Your minutes are passing. And every one of them is asking you a question. Will you use me or will you lose me? Make the choice today. Stop waiting. Start moving. Because the life you want is not waiting for you. It's moving forward. And if you want it, you must move too. Chapter 2, The Power of Priorities. Let me tell you something important. Not all tasks are equal. Not every action deserves the same attention. And not every minute brings the same result. Some tasks push your life forward. Other tasks only keep you busy. And if you don't know the difference, you will spend your life running in circles. I want you to capture this idea in your mind. Busy is not the same as productive. Say it again inside your head. Busy is not the same as productive. Think about this picture. Imagine two people. Both wake up early. Both work all day. But one is moving closer to his dreams. The other is just exhausted with nothing to show. What's the difference? Priorities. You see, without priorities, you spend your minutes on whatever screams the loudest. The emails, the messages, the small fires that pop up in your day. But with priorities, you spend your minutes on what truly matters, on what shapes your future. Here's the truth. If everything is important, then nothing is important. You must choose. You must decide what comes first. Let me give you a simple example. Imagine you have a jar. You want to fill it with big rocks, small pebbles, and sand. If you pour the sand first, then the pebbles, you'll never have space for the big rocks. But if you put the big rocks in first, the pebbles and sand will fit around them. Your life works the same way. The big rocks are your true priorities. Your health, your growth, your relationships, your dreams. The pebbles are the smaller tasks, and the sand is the endless little things that fill your time. If you don't place the big rocks first, your jar, your life will be full of sand, and nothing important will fit in. So let me ask you this. What are your big rocks? What are the things that, if you did them every day, your life would change? What are the few actions that bring the biggest results? Now, let me teach you something powerful. It's called the 80-20 rule. 80% of your results come from 20% of your actions. That means most of the things you do don't really matter. But a small group of things, your top priorities, matter a lot. Imagine this. A student has 10 subjects to study, but 2 subjects decide whether he passes or fails. If he spends all his time on the other 8, he may stay busy, but he will still fail. If he focuses on the 2 that matter most, he passes. That's the power of knowing priorities. Now think of your own life. What is your 20%? What are the few things that create most of your progress? Write them down. Focus on them. Protect them. Here's another picture for you. Imagine a firefighter. There's a big fire on one side of the city and a small trash fire on the other. Both are fires. Both need attention. But if he spends all his time on the trash fire, the big one will burn down the city. That's what happens when you don't know your priorities. You lose everything by focusing on the wrong thing. Now, I know what you might say, but everything feels urgent. Yes, I understand. The phone rings. The email notification pops up. The text buzzes. It all feels urgent. But urgent is not always important. Let me repeat that slowly. Urgent is not always important. So how do you know the difference? Here's a simple method. Ask yourself 2 questions. Does this task bring me closer to my long-term goals? If I don't do this task, will it matter tomorrow, next week, or next year? If the answer is no, it's not a priority. It's just noise. Imagine this. You're building a house. Laying bricks is important, but painting the walls before the foundation is ready is not. If you spend your time painting while the house is weak, the whole building will fall. That's what happens when you confuse urgent with important. Let's go deeper. Think about your health. Scrolling your phone feels urgent. Exercising feels like it can wait. But 10 years from now, your health will decide your quality of life. Which is more important? Think about your career. Replying to every message feels urgent. Learning new skills feels like it can wait. But 5 years from now, your skills will decide your opportunities. Which is more important? Think about your relationships. Cleaning the inbox feels urgent. Spending time with family feels like it can wait. But at the end of your life, which will you regret more? The emails you didn't answer? Or the moments you didn't share? Here's the secret. Your future is built by what you prioritize today. Not by what you finish today. Not by what keeps you busy today. But by what you decide deserves your focus. So, I want you to do something powerful. Right now, in your mind, make a short list. What are the top 3 priorities in your life? Not 10, not 20, just 3. Circle them in your thoughts. And promise yourself this. From now on, I will give my best minutes to these first. Because here's the truth. If you don't set your priorities, someone else will. Your boss will. Your friends will. Social media will. And you will spend your life chasing other people's agendas. Let me share a story. There was once a man who worked hard every day. He was always busy, meetings, calls, emails. But one day, he realized something painful. He had climbed to the top of the ladder, but the ladder was leaning against the wrong wall. He had worked on the wrong priorities, and he lost years of his life. Don't let that be you. Climb the right wall. Choose the right ladder. Set the right priorities. Now, let me give you a final image. Picture a bow, an arrow. If you try to shoot in every direction at once, you will hit nothing. But if you focus on one clear target, you will hit the bullseye. That's what priorities do. They give your energy direction. They give your minutes purpose. So my friend, remember this. Not all tasks are equal. Not all minutes are equal. Protect your best energy for your highest priorities. Choose your big rocks. Ignore the sand. Focus on the few things that truly matter. And when you do, you will see something powerful. Your life will stop feeling scattered. Your days will stop feeling wasted. And your results will grow bigger than you ever imagined. Because the secret is not doing more. The secret is doing what matters most. Let me share with you a truth that almost every successful person understands. Success is not about doing everything. It's about doing the right things. Take Warren Buffett, one of the richest men in the world. Do you know what he says about success? He says, the difference between successful people and really successful people is that really successful people say no to almost everything. Think about that. He doesn't credit his billions to working harder than everyone else. He credits them to focus, to priorities, to saying no to distractions. Now imagine this. You're holding a magnifying glass under the sun. If you keep moving it around, nothing happens. But if you hold it steady, focused on one spot, the sun's rays become so powerful they can start a fire. That's what your priorities do. They turn your energy into fire. They give you power. But here's the problem. Most people live like the magnifying glass moving all over the place. A little energy here, a little energy there. Always busy, but never creating fire. Don't let that be your life. Choose your spot. Hold steady. Focus. Burn through your goals with the fire of priorities. Let me give you another story. Steve Jobs, the founder of Apple, once said, focusing is about saying no. When he returned to Apple in the late 1990s, the company had dozens of products. He cut almost all of them. He told his team to focus only on a few. And from that focus came the iMac, the iPhone, the iPad. Products that changed the world. If Steve Jobs tried to do everything, Apple would have been average. But because he prioritized, Apple became extraordinary. So let me ask you, my friend, what are you spreading your energy on right now? How many things are stealing your focus? And what would happen if you chose only a few, the most important, and gave them your best? Now, let's get personal. I want you to imagine your own day. Picture yesterday, from the moment you woke up to the moment you went to bed. How much of your day was spent on things that truly moved you closer to your dreams? And how much was spent on things that kept you busy but added nothing to your future? Be honest with yourself, because awareness is the first step to change. Here's the trap. Busyness feels like progress. You're running, you're typing, you're answering, you're reacting. You feel alive. But busyness without priorities is like running on a treadmill. You sweat, you move, but you stay in the same place. Priorities are what get you off the treadmill and onto the open road. Now, let's talk about the courage of priorities. Because saying yes is easy. Saying yes makes people happy. But saying no takes strength. And if you want to protect your priorities, you must learn to say no. Imagine this. You're holding a glass of water. It looks light at first, but hold it for an hour and your arm shakes. Hold it for a day and you collapse. That's what happens when you say yes to everything. Your energy drains, your focus breaks, and your true priorities get lost. But when you say no, you put the glass down. You protect your strength. You save your best energy for what matters most. Now, I know this is hard. Sometimes it feels selfish to say no. But let me tell you this. Saying no to what doesn't matter is actually saying yes to what does matter. It's saying yes to your future. Yes to your growth. Yes to your dreams. Let's bring this back to your life. Think about your goals. Think about what really matters to you. Ask yourself, what are my top 3 priorities this year? What are my top 3 priorities this month? What are my top 3 priorities today? And then protect them like treasure. Because they are treasure. They are the foundation of your future. Now let me give you one last story before we close this chapter. There's a legend about a professor who gave his students a jar, some big rocks, pebbles, and sand. He asked them to fill the jar. The students poured in the sand first, then the pebbles, then the rocks. But the rocks didn't fit. Then the professor showed them the trick. He placed the big rocks first, then the pebbles, then the sand. And everything fit perfectly. The lesson? If you don't put your big rocks in first, you will never fit them in at all. Your life will be full of sand, small, unimportant things. So, my friend, let me leave you with this. Your life is your jar. Your minutes are your sand, your pebbles, your rocks. And you must choose what to put first. Put the big rocks first. Your health, your growth, your relationships, your purpose, your dreams. Because if you don't, life will bury them under endless sand. Remember this line. Write it in your mind. Busy people chase everything. Successful people focus on what matters most. Choose your focus. Choose your rocks. Choose your future. Chapter 3. Destroying Distractions. Let me begin with this truth. Every minute lost to distractions is a minute stolen from your dreams. And once it's stolen, you can never get it back. Distractions are the silent killers of progress. They don't feel dangerous. They feel small. A quick check, a small scroll, a tiny reply. But together they steal hours. And hours become days. And days become years. I want you to imagine this. You're carrying a bucket of water. You walk carefully, step by step, but there's a hole in the bottom of the bucket. Drop by drop, the water escapes. At first, it doesn't look like much, but soon, the bucket is empty. That's what distractions do to your focus. They don't take it all at once. They steal it drop by drop, until you're left with nothing. Now listen closely. Your dreams require focus. Your goals require attention. And if you don't protect your attention, your dreams will starve. Think about this. A lion hunting in the wild does not chase every rabbit it sees. If it did, it would waste all its energy. Instead, it locks onto one target and chases with full power. That's how it survives. That's how it wins. You must do the same. Choose your target. Ignore the noise. Protect your focus. But let's be honest. The world today is built to distract you. Your phone buzzes. Your apps glow. Your notifications scream for attention. Every second, something is pulling you away from your work, your study, your growth. And the sad truth is this. Most people lose their lives to these little traps. So how do we fight back? How do we destroy distractions before they destroy us? The first step is awareness. You must see distractions for what they really are. Not entertainment, not harmless breaks, but thieves. Thieves that rob your future. Capture this thought. Every time you choose distraction, you delay your dream. Let me say it again so it burns into your mind. Every time you choose distraction, you delay your dream. Now let's get practical. How do you silence the noise? How do you create an environment that protects your focus? Start with your phone. Because for most people, the phone is the biggest thief. Turn off non-essential notifications. Remove the apps that waste your time. Keep your phone out of sight when you work. If you keep your phone in your hand, your focus will always be in chains. Imagine this. You're driving a car at full speed, but every few seconds, you pull the handbrake. That's what checking your phone does to your brain. You start, you stop, you start, you stop, and soon you give up. Remove the handbrake. Let your focus run free. Next, think about your environment. If your workspace is full of clutter, your mind will be full of clutter. If your desk is a mess, your brain will be a mess. So clean your space. Make it simple. Make it calm. Make it a place that invites focus. Now, let's talk about habits. Because destroying distractions is not about willpower. It's about systems. If you rely only on self-control, you will fail. But if you build habits that protect your focus, you will win. Set time blocks. Decide when you will work, when you will rest, when you will connect. During work blocks, remove distractions completely. During rest blocks, give yourself permission to relax. This way, your brain knows when to focus and when to recharge. Let me give you another picture. Imagine you are trying to light a fire. You gather wood. You strike the match. But every few seconds, You blow out the flame and start again. Would the fire ever grow? No, because fire needs time to build. Your focus is the same. Every time you break it with a distraction, you blow out the flame, and you must start again. That's why deep focus is rare and powerful. Now, I know what you might be thinking, but I need breaks. Yes, you do. But there's a difference between rest and distraction. Rest gives you energy. Distraction steals it. Taking a walk is rest. Scrolling for an hour is distraction. Breathing deeply is rest. Jumping between 10 apps is distraction. Learn the difference. Choose rest. Reject distraction. Here's a simple trick you can use today. It's called the 5-second pause. The next time you're about to pick up your phone or open a new tab, stop. Pause for 5 seconds. Ask yourself, is this action helping my dream or stealing from it? If it's stealing, don't touch it. That little pause can save you hours. Now, let me tell you something powerful. Focus is a muscle, and like every muscle, it grows when you train it. The more you practice ignoring distractions, the stronger you become. At first, it will feel hard, but over time, focus will feel natural. Imagine lifting weights. At first, the bar feels heavy, but with training, you lift it with ease. Focus works the same way. So here's your challenge. Pick 1 hour today. 1 single hour. Turn off all distractions. Phone away. Notifications silent. Door closed. And give your full attention to one important task. After that hour, you will feel something amazing. You will feel power. You will feel progress. You will feel control. That feeling is proof that your focus is stronger than your distractions. Now, let me remind you of this. Every great achievement in history was built on focus. Edison didn't invent the light bulb while checking his phone. Einstein didn't develop theories while scrolling through distractions. Greatness requires attention, and attention requires discipline. So, my friend, choose wisely, because your life is shaped not by what you start, but by what you focus on. Distractions will always be there, but your time will not. Protect your minutes. Protect your focus. Protect your dream. Destroy distractions before they destroy you. Distractions are not just noises around you. They're traps waiting to steal your focus. When you lose your focus, you lose your progress. And when you lose your progress, you slowly lose your dreams. Think about your phone for a second. It buzzes, it lights up, it calls for your attention like a child pulling on your sleeve. One quick check, you say, just 1 minute. But that 1 minute becomes 10, then 30, and before you know it, your precious time is gone. Now, capture this image in your mind. You sit at your desk, ready to work. Your goals are waiting for you. Your plans are right there. But then your notifications pop up like fireworks. Your attention jumps from one thing to another, like a ball bouncing everywhere. What happens? Nothing gets done. This is why distractions are so dangerous. They don't just take your minutes. They take your flow. They take your clarity. They take your power. So let me ask you this. Who controls your focus? Is it you? Or is it your phone? Is it your goals? Or is it your social media feed? Because every time you choose distraction over discipline, you are giving away your control. Now imagine the opposite. You silence your phone. You put out of reach. You close the tabs that don't matter. Suddenly, your mind feels lighter. Your thoughts are not fighting for space. Your goals are the only thing in front of you. How much more powerful would you be if you worked like that every single day? You see, the truth is simple. You cannot win against distractions by willpower alone. You need systems. You need rules. You need an environment that protects your attention. One system could be the focus zone. When you step into your workspace, you enter a zone where only one thing matters. No phone, no noise, no random tabs, only the task in front of you. This is how athletes train. This is how champions rise. They build zones where nothing else exists but the mission. Another system is time blocking. Give yourself 30 minutes or 1 hour where you do nothing else but one task. No multitasking, no squeeching, just one clear focus. And when the time is up, you rest. This trains your brain to stay sharp like a laser. Now let's talk about habits. Because distractions are not only external, they are internal too. Your mind loves to wander. Your brain loves to escape hard work with easy entertainment. That's why you must build habits that train your focus muscle. Start with something simple. Read a page without looking at your phone. Then read 2. Then 3. Work for 10 minutes without switching tasks. Then 20. Then 30. Slowly, you build focus endurance. Like lifting weights, the more you practice, the stronger you get. And here's something powerful to remember. Your attention is your life. Where your attention goes, your life goes. If your attention goes to distractions, your life goes nowhere. But if your attention goes to your goals, your life moves forward. So ask yourself right now, where is your attention? Are you letting distractions steal your future? Or are you taking control, minute by minute, task by task? Because the person who masters their attention masters their destiny. Chapter 4. Energy is your real currency. Energy is your real currency. Because time without energy is worthless. You can have 24 hours in a day, but if you're tired, drained, and unfocused, those hours mean nothing. What matters is not just the minutes you have, but the strength inside those minutes. Imagine this. You wake up tired, dragging yourself through the morning. Your body feels heavy, your mind feels cloudy, and every task feels 10 times harder. Now compare that to a day when you wake up rested, fresh, and full of energy. Your thoughts are sharp, your body feels alive, and work flows with ease. Same hours, same day, but completely different results. That's why energy is your most valuable currency. It's not how much time you spend. It's how much energy you bring into that time. So let's talk about where energy really comes from. It comes from 4 main sources: your sleep, your food, your movement, and your mindset. If you master these 4, you will double the power of every single minute of your life. Let's begin with sleep. Sleep is not laziness. Sleep is fuel. When you cut your sleep, you are stealing energy from tomorrow. It's like spending money you don't have. You may get by today, but you'll be in debt tomorrow. Capture this image. Your brain at night is like a phone plugged into a charger. If you unplug it too soon, it will die before the day ends. That's why quality sleep is non-negotiable. It recharges your body. It repairs your mind. It resets your emotions. You can try to outwork sleep, but you will always lose. Now let's talk about food. Food is not just calories, it's fuel. Think of your body as a car. If you put in dirty fuel, the engine will struggle. If you put in clean, high-quality fuel, the engine runs smooth. The same with you. Heavy junk food makes you feel slow and tired. Fresh, balanced food makes you feel light and focused. Every bite you take is either draining you or powering you. So ask yourself before eating, is this food feeding my energy or stealing it? Then we move to movement. Energy comes from motion. If you sit all day, your body goes into sleep mode. But the moment you move, you wake up your system. Exercise is not just about muscles. It's about energy. A short walk, a stretch, a few push-ups. It's like hitting the reset button on your brain. Imagine you're stuck on a problem. Your mind feels blocked. You get up, take a quick walk, breathe deeply, move your body. Suddenly, new ideas flow in. That's the power of movement. It recharges your mental battery. And then comes mindset. Your thoughts are the hidden battery of your life. Negative thoughts drain you faster than anything. Worry, doubt, stress, they eat away at your energy. But positive thoughts charge you up. Gratitude, purpose, hope, They give you fuel even when your body feels tired. Have you ever noticed how, when you're excited about something, you don't feel tired? That's mindset. Energy is not just physical, it's emotional and mental. Your perspective creates your power. So here's the truth. Energy is not found, it is built. You build it by respecting your sleep. You build it by feeding your body the right fuel. You build it by moving every day. You build it by protecting your thoughts. Think of energy like a bank account. Every good habit is a deposit. Every bad habit is a withdrawal. If you sleep well, eat clean, move often, and think positive, you grow rich in energy. But if you stay up late, eat junk, sit all day, and complain, you go broke. And when you go broke in energy, no amount of time will save you. Now imagine your life if you treated your energy like gold. You go to bed on time, you wake up fresh. You eat meals that make you feel strong, not heavy. You move your body, you stretch, you breathe. You protect your mind from negativity. Suddenly, your minutes feel alive. Tasks that once felt hard now feel simple. Your day is not just about surviving, it's about thriving. And remember this, energy is contagious. When you're full of energy, people around you feel it. They are inspired by you. They want to follow your lead. But when you are drained, your low energy spreads too. So if you want to lift others, you must first lift yourself. Energy is the foundation of productivity. Energy is the foundation of happiness. Energy is the foundation of success. Without it, time slips away wasted. With it, every minute becomes a weapon. So take care of your energy like it is your greatest treasure, because it is. Protect it, grow it, respect it, and your life will change completely. Think about mornings for a moment. The way you start your day decides the energy of your whole day. If you wake up late, rush, skip breakfast, and scroll your phone, you already start drained. But if you wake up with intention, drink water, stretch, breathe fresh air, and feed your body right, you step into the day charged. Your morning is your launch pad. A strong morning creates a strong day. So build a morning ritual. It doesn't have to be long or complicated. It just has to wake up your mind and body. Drink a glass of water. Move your body for 5 minutes. Write down one goal for the day. That simple routine creates energy before the world even touches you. Now let's talk about breaks. So many people think working nonstop is the answer. But nonstop work kills your energy. Your brain is not a machine. It needs rest to recharge. Imagine running a car without stopping for fuel. It'll break down. The same with you. That's why short breaks are not a waste. They are an investment. Here's a simple practice, the recharge break. Every hour, step away for a few minutes. Stretch your body, breathe deeply or close your eyes. These small pauses refill your energy tank. When you come back, you're sharper, faster, stronger. And don't forget the power of nature. Fresh air, sunlight, even a short walk outside. These are natural chargers. You may feel tired in front of your screen, but the moment you step into the sunlight, your energy lifts. It's like nature is plugging you back in. Now let's go deeper into food. Energy killers often hide in what you eat. Too much sugar gives you a quick high, then a painful crash. Heavy fried meals make you sleepy and slow. But clean foods, fruits, vegetables, proteins, water give you steady power. Imagine filling your tank with pure fuel instead of dirty oil. Which engine do you think will run better? The answer is obvious. Another secret weapon is hydration. Most people think they are tired, but they're just dehydrated. Your body is mostly water, and when you don't drink enough, your energy drops. So every sip of water is like adding power back into your system. Make it a rule. Never let your body run dry. Now, mindset again. Energy is not just physical, it's emotional. Have you noticed how being around negative people drains you? And how being around positive people lifts you up? That's not an accident. Your energy flows where your attention goes. So if you surround yourself with complaints, stress, and doubt, you will feel empty. But if you surround yourself with positivity, gratitude, and growth, you will feel full. So protect your energy space. Choose carefully who and what you let in. Protect your peace like it's money in a bank. Don't spend it on gossip. Don't waste it on drama. Don't let negativity bankrupt you. Energy also grows with purpose. When you know why you're doing something, energy flows naturally. Think about it. When you work on something meaningless, every minute feels heavy. But when you work on something that matters to you, hours pass like minutes. Purpose fuels energy more than coffee ever could. And here's a powerful truth. Your body listens to your mind. If you constantly tell yourself, I'm tired, I'm drained, I can't do this, your energy will sink. But if you tell yourself, I am capable, I am ready, I have what it takes, your energy will rise. Words shape power. Speak energy into yourself. So what's the big lesson? Energy is built, protected, and directed. It's not luck, it's choice. Every decision you make either charges you or drains you. Go to bed earlier or stay up scrolling. Eat clean food or junk food. Move or sit still. Focus on purpose or get lost in negativity. Every choice is a vote for your energy future. Imagine living every day at your highest energy. You wake up fresh, move with strength, focus with clarity, and end the day proud, not drained. That life is not a dream. It's a decision. And the decision starts with treating energy as your real currency. Chapter 5, the 5-minute rule. 5 minutes may sound small, but small minutes create big changes. 5 minutes can start a habit. 5 minutes can break procrastination. 5 minutes can move you closer to your dreams. Here is the truth. Most people wait for the perfect big block of time before they act. They say, I need 1 hour to write. They say, I need 30 minutes to exercise. They say, I need a whole free afternoon start. But that day never comes. And so, nothing gets done. That is why the 5-minute rule is so powerful. Instead of waiting, you start with just 5 minutes. Not 1 hour. Not 30 minutes. Just 5. Capture this image. You want to write a book. The thought of writing a whole chapter feels huge. So you put it off again and again. But now, imagine sitting down and writing for just 5 minutes. You write a few sentences, maybe a small paragraph. It feels light. It feels possible. And often, you end up writing longer. Why? Because starting is the hardest part. Once you start, momentum carries you forward. This works with everything. Want it fit? Do push-ups for 5 minutes. Want to learn a new skill? Practice 5 minutes a day. Want to clean your room? Tidy one corner for 5 minutes. Each time, that little start builds energy. The secret is this. 5 minutes lowers the wall of resistance. It tricks your brain into action because your brain says, 5 minutes? That's easy. I can do that. And once you're in motion, you often keep going. 5 minutes turns into 15. 15 turns into 30. But even if you stop at 5, you still win. Because progress is progress, no matter how small. Now imagine applying this rule in daily life. You have an email you've been avoiding. It's sitting in your inbox, making you anxious. You tell yourself, I'll deal with it later. But what if you said, I'll just spend 5 minutes on it right now? You open it, you reply, and suddenly it's done. The stress is gone. One little action freed your mind. This is the magic of the 5-minute rule. It's not about perfection. It's about movement. It's about breaking the chains of procrastination. It's about proving to yourself that you can start, no matter how small. Think of it like this. A rocket uses the most energy just to lift off the ground. Once it's in the air, momentum carries it forward. Your actions are the same. The first step feels heavy. but 5 minutes is enough to launch you. And here's something even more powerful. 5 minutes, done consistently, compounds over time. 5 minutes of reading a day is 30 hours of reading a year. 5 minutes of exercise a day is more than 30 hours of training a year. 5 minutes of learning a language a day is over 30 hours of practice a year. What looks small today becomes massive tomorrow. Now let me ask you, how many spare 5-minute windows do you have each day? Waiting for the bus, standing in line, scrolling your phone. Those minutes are not lost, they are opportunities. Instead of wasting them, you can use them. Read a page, send a text of gratitude, stretch your body, write down an idea. Every 5 minutes can plant a seed. This is the mindset shift. Stop underestimating small minutes. Stop believing that big change needs big time. Big change comes from small actions repeated again and again. The 5-minute rule is proof that little steps create giant results. Now imagine your life if you used the 5-minute rule every single day. You would write the book you've been dreaming about. You would finally build the habit of exercise. You would master a new skill. You would clear your clutter. You would take control of your time. All because you respected the power of 5 minutes. So from now on, never say, I don't have time. Say instead, I have 5 minutes. Because 5 minutes is always there. And 5 minutes is enough to change everything. Let's build your 5-minute action plan. Because knowing the rule is good, but living the rule is life-changing. Start with work. You have a report, an email, or a project you keep delaying. It feels heavy. You keep saying, I'll do it later. But instead of waiting, you give 5 minutes. You write the first sentence of the report. You draft the first line of the email. You outline the first step of the project. Suddenly, the mountain feels smaller. And often, that little start pulls you into finishing more. Now health. Exercise doesn't have to be 1 hour at the gym. It can be 5 minutes in your room. Do push-ups, squats, or the jumping jacks. 5 minutes of movement wakes up your body. And here's the beauty. 5 minutes every day builds strength faster than one long workout once a month. Because consistency beats intensity. Now learning. Say you want to learn a language, play guitar, or read more books. But you keep saying, I don't have time. Give 5 minutes. Read 1 page. Learn 1 word. Play 1 chord. Do this every day, and in a year you will know hundreds of pages, words, and chords. Tiny drops fill the bucket. Now relationships. We often say, I'll call them later, or I'll text them when I have time. But what if you used 5 minutes today? Send a message of gratitude. Call a loved one just to say hello. Write a quick note to a friend. These small actions build strong connections. 5 minutes can heal a bond. 5 minutes can show love. 5 minutes can make someone's day. Now self-growth. Take 5 minutes to write in a journal. 5 minutes to sit in silence. 5 minutes to write down what you're grateful for. These tiny practices sharpen your mind, calm your heart, and grow your spirit. 5 minutes of reflection today can save you from regret tomorrow. You see, the 5-minute rule is not just about time, it's about power. It's about proving to yourself that you can move forward, even in small steps. It's about teaching your brain that action is possible anytime, anywhere. And here's another truth. The 5-minute rule kills perfectionism. Because perfectionism whispers, don't start until it's perfect. But 5 minutes says, just start. And once you start, perfectionism loses its grip. You realize progress matters more than perfection. Imagine how different your life would look if you practiced this rule every day for a year. 365 days. 5 minutes a day. That's more than 30 hours of writing, 30 hours of exercise, 30 hours of learning, 30 hours of connection. All from spare minutes you thought were useless. So the next time you feel stuck, don't wait for motivation. Don't wait for the perfect block of time. Ask yourself one question. What can I do in the next 5 minutes? Then do it. Because 5 minutes today is always better than 0 minutes forever. This is your challenge. Carry this rule with you like a tool. Use it in your work. Use it in your health. Use it in your relationships. Use it in your growth. Let 5 minutes become your secret weapon. And remember this. Dreams are built in minutes. Success is built in minutes. A better life is built in minutes. So make every 5 minutes count. Chapter 6. Time blocks, not to-do lists. Most people start their day with a to-do list. A long list. A never-ending list. They feel productive seeing tasks written down. But the truth? Lists overwhelm. Lists stress you out. Lists make you busy, but not effective. Checking boxes feels like progress. But real progress is measured in results. And to-do lists rarely deliver results. Imagine carrying a heavy backpack full of rocks. Every rock is a task. You keep picking them up, one after another. Some rocks are light, some are heavy. Some rocks don't even belong in your bag. By the end of the day, you are exhausted. And yet, nothing meaningful is done. That is why time blocks are better. Time blocks are deliberate. Time blocks are powerful. Instead of saying, I will do 100 things today, you say, I will focus on this task from 9 to 11. Nothing else exists in that time. Blocks create results. Because focus is not spread thin. Focus is concentrated. Imagine the sun through a magnifying glass. Move it everywhere, and nothing happens. Hold on one spot, and fire ignites. Time blocks are your magnifying glass. Your tasks are the fire. Now let's talk about designing your day. Start by identifying your most important tasks. Not everything matters equally. Some tasks move you forward, some just keep you busy. Pick the ones that truly matter. Then assign them a block of time. And protect that block like treasure. No interruptions. No multitasking. No excuses. That block is sacred. Your energy and focus belong to that block, not to notifications, emails, or random distractions. Imagine this. You are writing a report. You block 2 hours from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. During that block, your phone is silent, your door is closed, your mind is fully on the task. What usually takes a day of scattered effort can now be done in 2 hours. Because your focus is not broken. Because your energy is concentrated. Because time blocks create power. Now, time blocks are not just for work. They can be applied to health, learning, relationships, and growth. Want exercise? Block a specific time for it. Want to read or learn a skill? Block time for it. Want to connect with family or friends? Block time for it. When every activity has its own time, your day flows effortlessly. And here's a secret. Time blocks reduce stress. Because you stop worrying about what to do next. Your day is already mapped out. Your mind is clear. You know exactly when to focus and when to rest. Stress melts away when your time is organized like this. Let's talk about the common mistake with lists. You check off small, easy tasks first. You feel busy, you feel productive. But the big, important tasks stay untouched. The ones that could really move your life forward. Time blocks force you to tackle the big rocks first. Because your blocks are assigned based on importance, not ease. Your day now serves your goals, not your habits. Here's another example. Imagine a painter. He has a blank canvas. He can dip his brush anywhere, painting little dots here and there. The result is chaos. But if he blocks time for sections, focusing on one area at a time, the painting comes together beautifully. Your day is your canvas. Time blocks are your strategy. The masterpiece is your life. Now, let's make this practical. Start with 3 main blocks a day. 1 block for your most important work. 1 block for secondary tasks. 1 block for rest, reflection, or learning. Assign clear start and end times. Protect them fiercely. No interruptions. Your productivity will skyrocket. And remember, flexibility is key. Life will throw distractions your way. Sometimes a block must move. That's okay, but do not delete it. Do not let it disappear. Move it, reschedule it, but always honor the block. Your day depends on protecting your blocks, not bending to chaos. Now, imagine living this way consistently. You wake up, you see your blocks. Your tasks are organized. Your energy is focused. Your mind is calm. Your results grow faster than ever because focus multiplies effort. Time blocks also train your brain. Your brain learns to concentrate, to resist distractions, to work efficiently in a given time. It's like weightlifting for your mind. Each block strengthens your focus. Each block increases your output. And here's the beauty. Time blocks are simple. No fancy apps required. No complicated systems. Just clarity, discipline, and protection of your most important minutes. So, my friend, the choice is yours. Will you live your life scattered, checking endless lists with little results? Or will you embrace time blocks, focus with intensity, and create meaningful results every day? Remember this. Lists create busyness. Time blocks create power. And power is what changes your life. Now let's make time blocks even more powerful. It's not just about blocking hours, it's about protecting them fiercely. Every block you assign is a promise to yourself. A promise that your goals matter more than distractions. A promise that your time is sacred. Think about your phone again. How many times does it interrupt your day? How many notifications pull you away from what really matters? During a time block, your phone is silent. No messages, no notifications, no temptation. Your attention belongs to the task, not the chaos around you. Now imagine your workspace. A messy desk breaks your focus. Clutter creates mental noise. But a clean space signals to your brain, this is focus time. This is productivity time. Nothing else exists here. Arrange your environment to support your blocks. Your space can be an ally or an enemy. Choose wisely. Let's make it even more practical. Start your day by looking at 3 big blocks. First block, the most important task of the day. Second block, supporting tasks that move smaller goals forward. Third block, personal growth, reflection, or rest. For example, if you're a writer, first block, write the main chapter. Second block, edit yesterday's work or research. Third block, read or plan ideas for tomorrow. If you're a student, first block, study for the hardest subject. Second block, review notes or do homework. Third block, relax, review, or practice a skill. Notice a pattern? The first block is always the heavy rock. The second block supports your progress. The third block is for recharge or growth. This is how time blocks keep you moving forward without burning out. Now let's talk about transitions. Start and end each block intentionally. Begin by reviewing the task, setting your goal for that time. End by celebrating progress, even if small. Closing a block properly trains your brain to recognize focus and reward. This builds momentum for the next block. Here's a practical trick. Use visual cues. A timer, a colored sheet, or even a sticky note can mark your blocks. Seeing your block in front of you reinforces focus. Your brain knows this time is sacred. Distractions must wait. Time blocks also reduce decision fatigue. Without blocks, your day is a constant flow of choices. What do I do next? Should I check this? Do I start this now? Decision fatigue drains energy and kills productivity. Blocks remove the guesswork. Your day is pre-planned. Your brain can focus on execution, not decisions. Now imagine living this way for a week. Your tasks are finished faster. Your stress drops. Your energy is preserved. You accomplish more without feeling busy. Focus multiplies effort, and blocks make focus possible. And here's another secret. time blocks teach respect for your own time. Every time you protect a block, you're telling yourself, my time is valuable. My goals are worth it. That mindset grows stronger every day. And soon, you naturally resist interruptions and distractions. Now let's tackle one common fear: flexibility. Life is unpredictable. Sometimes blocks shift, meetings pop up, or emergencies appear. That's okay. Blocks are guides, not chains. If a block moves, reschedule it. Protect the time, even if it's later. Consistency matters more than perfect timing. Finally, remember this: blocks turn chaos into clarity. Blocks turn overwhelm into calm. Blocks turn busyness into results. And results are the measure of a productive, meaningful life. So today, stop relying on to-do lists. Start blocking your time. Protect your blocks. Focus on your big rocks first. Respect your energy, your space, and your mind. And watch as your days become powerful, productive, and fulfilling. Chapter 7. Learn while you wait. Most people see waiting as wasted time. Standing in line, sitting in traffic, scrolling social media. They think, I'm just killing time. But the truth is, waiting is a secret gold mine. Every idle minute can be transformed into learning. Every moment can teach you something. You just need the right mindset. Imagine this. You're waiting at the doctor's office. You pull out your phone. Normally, you scroll endlessly, losing minutes to nothing. But today, you open an audiobook. You listen to a new idea, a new skill, a new strategy. By the time your name is called, you've gained knowledge that could change your day or your life. Waiting is unavoidable. Lines will exist. Traffic will happen. Appointments will delay you. But how you use that time is your choice. You can waste it, or you can learn. And learning even a little every day compounds into massive growth. Now let's talk about the tools. Audiobooks are powerful. They let you turn idle minutes into lessons. Imagine finishing a book every month just by listening during your commute. Think about how many skills, ideas, and strategies you could gain in a year. Knowledge grows when you feed it consistently. Podcasts are another gem. Short, informative episodes can teach you more than hours of random scrolling. Business, health, personal growth, creativity, there's something for every goal. Listen while cooking, walking, or driving. Your mind stays active. Your skills grow. Microlearning is perfect for waiting. 5 minutes is enough to learn something new. Learn one word in a new language. Watch a short tutorial on a skill. Read one small article about a subject you want to master. Small bites of learning every day build up. Little by little, your knowledge grows enormous. Here's a powerful mindset shift. Every minute counts, even the ones you didn't plan for. Instead of thinking, I'm stuck waiting, think, I have 5 minutes to improve myself. Imagine this. You're on the bus, 15 minutes to work. Instead of scrolling mindlessly, you summarize yesterday's tasks. You plan your top 3 priorities for today. You listen to an inspiring story or skill-building podcast. By the time you reach your destination, your brain is sharper. Your focus is clearer. Your day is already better. Here's another example. You're waiting for a meeting. Instead of checking social media, you write down one thing you learned last week, or one idea for a project, or a note of gratitude. 5 minutes of intentional thought can redirect your whole day. Now, let's tackle distractions. It's easy to default to social media. But remember this, your attention is precious. Every minute you spend mindlessly is a minute you cannot get back. Training yourself to use waiting moments for learning strengthens your focus. Your brain becomes hungry for growth, not entertainment. Consistency is the key. Even just 10 minutes a day turns into 60 hours a year. 60 hours of new ideas, insights, and skills. Think about how far ahead you'll be compared to people who waste the same time. And here's the beauty. Learning while you wait doesn't require extra effort. It doesn't require sacrificing other parts of your life. It uses moments you already have. Idle moments become investment moments. Time becomes your ally, not your enemy. Now imagine a life where every spare moment teaches you something. You're constantly growing. Your skills expand. Your mind sharpens. Your goals move closer every day. You are no longer wasting minutes. You are multiplying them. So start today. The next time you wait, don't scroll. Open an audiobook. Play a podcast. Read a short article. Practice a skill. Reflect on your goals. Turn dead time into learning time. Turn waiting into a superpower. And remember this. The person who masters small learning moments masters growth. The person who treats every idle minute as a classroom builds knowledge faster than anyone else. Your future is created not just in big chunks, but in every small minute you seize. Now let's make this real. You need a system to capture those waiting moments. First, always have a learning tool ready. Audiobooks, podcasts, language apps, or short articles. Carry them on your phone, tablet, or even a small notebook. When a few minutes appear, you're prepared. Preparation is the bridge between wasted time and growth. Next, create a waiting library. Collect content that fits small pockets of time. A 5-minute article, a 10-minute podcast, a short video tutorial. Having options lets you match the time to the task. No guasti scrolling. Every second is productive. Now let's talk about micro goals. When you wait, have a specific goal in mind. For example, I will learn 5 new words in Spanish. Or, I will read 1 tip about productivity. Or, I will practice breathing exercises for focus. Goals turn idle time into intentional action. Without them, minutes drift away unnoticed. Imagine your commute. Instead of feeling stuck in traffic, you use it. You listen to a podcast on leadership. You summarize key points in your mind. You apply one idea immediately when you arrive. Your commute becomes a classroom on wheels. Suddenly, you're not just getting to work, you're leveling up. Waiting at appointments? Use it to review your goals. Plan your next actions. Reflect on what worked yesterday and what you can improve. Even writing down a few thoughts counts. 5 minutes of reflection can save hours of mistakes later. Social media scrolling? Stop it. Replace it with micro-learning. Instead of consuming random posts, consume something that grows your mind. Read an inspiring quote and think about how it applies to your life. Watch a 3-minute tutorial. Listen to a short snippet of an audiobook. These tiny actions compound over weeks and months. Here's a trick. Combine learning with habit stacking. Stack micro-learning onto something you already do. While waiting for coffee, listen to an audiobook. While brushing your teeth, review vocabulary words. While walking to the bus, think of solutions to a work problem. Stacking small actions onto existing routines multiplies your learning. Now let's talk about review. Every week, take a moment to review what you learned while waiting. Summarize key takeaways. Write down what to implement. This reinforces knowledge and ensures that your waiting time doesn't vanish into nothing. Here's an example of real impact. Someone listens to 10 minutes of business podcasts daily during commutes. In 1 year, that's over 60 hours of knowledge. 60 hours that could have been wasted scrolling social media. Imagine the ideas, strategies, and insights they've gained. Now imagine how far ahead you can be if you adopt the same approach. The key is consistency. Even a few minutes daily makes a difference. Every time you choose learning over distraction, you train your brain to value growth. You start seeing opportunities everywhere. Lines, traffic, waiting rooms, they all become classrooms. And here's the mindset shift. Stop thinking, I don't have time. Start thinking, I have moments I can use. Even short, Imperfect learning adds up. Momentum grows when you take these small steps every day. Finally, imagine your life when this becomes a habit. You're constantly learning. Your mind is sharper. Your skills expand. You are ahead of those who waste the same minutes. You turn waiting into advantage. You turn idle moments into progress. You turn every spare minute into a step toward your goals. So today, choose to see waiting as opportunity. Carry learning tools. Set micro goals. Stack habits. Reflect and review. Turn dead time into living time. Every minute counts. Every moment teaches. Every second shapes your future. Chapter 8. The Discipline of Saying No. Every yes you give steals minutes from your life. Every time you say yes to someone else's priorities, you say no to your own. Most people don't realize how much their time is taken without permission. And that's why mastering the art of saying no is one of the most powerful tools for success. Imagine this. Someone asks you to take on a task you don't have time for. You feel guilty saying no, so you say yes. Your day fills up. Your energy drains. Your priorities get pushed aside. That one yes costs you hours, maybe days of focus. Saying no is not rude. It is not selfish. It is self-respect. It is protecting your life, your goals, and your energy. Every no you say is a yes to yourself. Now, let's make it practical. The first step is awareness. Notice when you say yes automatically. Notice when your schedule fills up with tasks that aren't yours. Notice how often your energy is spent on things that don't matter. Awareness is the first step toward discipline. Here's an example. Your friend asks you to help with a project. You already have your own work. Your instinct is to say yes. Stop. Think. Ask yourself, does this serve my goals? If not, politely decline. Your time is not theirs. It belongs to you. Saying no becomes easier when you have clarity about your priorities. If you know what is most important in your life, saying no to distractions becomes natural. If you don't know your priorities, every yes feels like a trap. Clarity is freedom. Clarity protects your minutes. Here's a tip. Practice polite but firm no's. You don't need to justify excessively. A simple, I'm focusing on my priorities right now, I can't take this on, is enough. You don't know endless explanations. Your time is valuable. Your energy is valuable. Protect them. Now let's think about meetings. How many meetings do you attend that don't matter? How many calls steal your focus? Learn to say no to unnecessary obligations. Respectfully decline, or suggest a shorter, more productive alternative. Your yes should be reserved for what truly matters. Imagine a life without the discipline of no. Your day is full of interruptions. Your energy is scattered. Your dreams are delayed. You are busy, but not effective. Now imagine the opposite. You say no strategically. You protect your blocks of time. You focus on what matters most. Your energy grows. Your progress accelerates. Your life becomes aligned with your goals. Saying no also trains your mind. It strengthens discipline. It reduces guilt. It builds confidence. Every time you say no, you reinforce that your time belongs to you. You are not at the mercy of others' demands. Here's a powerful exercise. For 1 week, write down every yes you give. Ask yourself if it truly serves your goals. If not, consider how you could have said no. This builds awareness and practice. Discipline grows through repetition. Now let's talk about people-pleasing. Most people struggle to say no because they want approval. But approval at the cost of your time is not worth it. True respect comes from people seeing your focus, not from your constant availability. And here's a reality check. Every yes you give to someone else is a no to yourself. Every minute spent on others' priorities is a minute stolen from your dreams. Every distraction is a barrier between you and what matters most. So start small. Say no to minor distractions. Decline an unnecessary meeting. Turn down a favor that doesn't align with your goals. Practice until it becomes natural. The more you practice, the easier it becomes. Now, let's combine no with yes. Every no creates space for a yes. Yes to your projects. Yes to your energy. Yes to your dreams. Yes to your growth. Imagine a life where your calendar is sacred, where every task, every meeting, every commitment is intentional, where your minutes are protected like treasure. That life is possible. It begins with the discipline of saying no. And here's the most powerful truth. Saying no is freedom. It frees you to focus. It frees you to grow. It frees you to live the life you truly want. So today, start practicing. Identify the first no you will say. Protect your time. Protect your energy. Protect your life. Every no you speak aloud is a yes to your purpose. Every minute you save is a step closer to your dreams. Discipline is not easy. It requires courage. It requires awareness. It requires repetition. But the reward is immense. A life controlled by your choices, not by others' demands. And remember this. Every yes you give should be intentional. Every no you give should be powerful. Your time is your most valuable resource. Guard it with the discipline of saying no. Chapter 9. Minutes create momentum. Consistency beats intensity every time. Big bursts of effort are exciting, but they rarely last. Small, consistent actions are what create unstoppable progress. Minutes, when repeated daily, compound into massive results. Imagine planting seeds. Water one seed every day, a little at a time. Days turn into weeks. Weeks turn into months. Eventually, a strong, thriving tree grows. Your habits are seeds. Minutes are water. Consistency grows success. Most people want instant results. They push hard for a day, a week, or a month. Then they burn out. Progress stops. Momentum dies. But momentum is the secret to growth. Momentum comes from daily actions, even if small. Think about exercise. Doing 100 push-ups in one day is impressive. But doing 10 push-ups every day for a year creates strength that lasts. Tiny minutes add up. Consistency beats intensity. Every minute counts toward the bigger goal. Now imagine learning a new skill. You practice 5 minutes daily. It seems small. It seems meaningless. But in a year, you've practiced hundreds of hours. Your skill is now real. Your growth is visible. Minutes create momentum. Here's the key. Repetition builds habit. A single minute does little. A single day does little. But repeated minutes build power. Your brain adapts. Your body adapts. Your mind believes in your ability. Momentum grows silently, invisibly, but unstoppable. Now let's talk about action. Every minute you invest consistently becomes an asset. Every repeated action adds strength. Every small habit compounds. This is the secret of successful people. They don't rely on motivation alone. They rely on repeated minutes, building momentum quietly every day. Here's an example. Imagine reading for 10 minutes every day. 10 minutes seems small. You think, I barely read anything. But 10 minutes daily is 60 minutes a week, 300 minutes a month. Now, let's apply it to work. Completing one small task every day may feel tiny, but over weeks, those tasks add up. Projects finish. Goals progress. Momentum grows. Soon, your small actions feel effortless because your daily consistency drives real results. Here's a powerful mindset shift. Stop waiting for massive motivation. Stop waiting for the perfect time or big effort. Focus on daily minutes. Focus on repeated small actions. Trust the process. Momentum will carry you forward. Imagine a habit of journaling every morning. 5 minutes of reflection. A few lines of gratitude. Notes on progress. It seems minor, but over a year, your clarity grows. Your confidence grows. Your focus grows. Your life changes, all because of repeated minutes. Let's talk about setbacks. Momentum doesn't erase them. Life interrupts. You miss a day, but momentum allows you to recover quickly. The power of repeated minutes is cumulative. One missed day doesn't erase the previous days. Consistency is forgiving. Momentum is resilient. Here's another example. Learning a language. You spend 5 minutes daily practicing words or phrases. Some days feel frustrating. Some words are hard, but every minute counts. Every day adds up. Months later, you speak, understand, and read with skill you never imagined. Minutes, repeated, create unstoppable progress. Now think about your goals. The dream you want. The project you hope to finish. The life you wish to live. What if you approached it by committing to just a few focused minutes daily? It doesn't feel like enough at first, but the power of repeated action compounds. Momentum builds silently. Results appear naturally. Here's a tip. Track your minutes. Keep a journal. Mark every small action toward your goals. Seeing your minutes accumulate motivates you. Momentum becomes visible. Progress becomes undeniable. Now, let's make momentum tangible. It's not just an idea, it's a process. You can feel it. You can see it. You can build it. Start with your morning. 5 minutes of planning can shape your entire day. Write down your top 3 priorities. Decide which small actions will move you forward. These minutes focus your energy. They set momentum before the day even begins. Next, consider micro habits. Small habits repeated daily create exponential growth. 1 push-up a day. 1 page of reading a day. 1 new word learned a day. It doesn't seem like much, but over weeks, months, and years, the compound effect is massive. Here's an example. Imagine learning guitar. You play for 5 minutes daily. 1 week, 35 minutes. 1 month, 2 hours. 3 months, 7.5 hours. By the end of a year, you have practiced over 60 hours. Your skill is undeniable, all from small, consistent minutes. Momentum also works in business or work. Completing 1 small task every day might seem insignificant, but it pushes projects forward. Clients notice. Opportunities appear. Slow, consistent action beats sporadic bursts every time. Now, here's a trick to keep momentum alive. Visual tracking. Create a chart or journal. Mark each day you take action, even if small. Seeing progress builds motivation. Momentum becomes visible. Your brain craves consistency when it sees results stacking up. Another key, combine momentum with focus. Minutes alone aren't enough. Intentional minutes matter. Focus on the action that moves your goals forward. Avoid busy work. Avoid distractions. A focused minute is 10 times more powerful than an idle hour. Let's apply this to health. You want to improve fitness. 10 push-ups a day. 5 minutes of stretching. A short walk. Small actions repeated consistently build strength, flexibility, and endurance over time. Momentum is created quietly, but the results speak loudly. Now learning. You want to improve knowledge or skills. 5 minutes daily reviewing concepts. 10 minutes watching a tutorial. Reading 1 page. Micro-learning adds up. After a year, your expertise will be years ahead of someone who never takes small daily steps. Relationships? Minutes create momentum there too. Send a kind message. Call a loved one. Spend 5 focused minutes listening and being present. Small, daily efforts deepen trust and strengthen bonds. Relationships grow steadily when attention is consistent. Here's the mindset shift. Stop waiting for perfect conditions. Stop waiting for motivation. Momentum comes from action. Even small, imperfect action repeated consistently builds unstoppable progress. Now, let's tackle setbacks. You will miss days. You will feel unmotivated. That's normal. Momentum is resilient. Pick up the next day. Momentum doesn't reset. It grows cumulatively. Even missed days cannot erase the power of repeated minutes. Another tip, habit stacking. Attach a small, productive action to an existing habit. While brushing teeth, practice a language. While making coffee, review your goals. While commuting, listen to a podcast. Stacked habits amplify minutes without extra effort. Now imagine a full year of momentum. Daily, small actions repeated. Knowledge accumulated. Skills improved. Projects completed. Energy focused. Confidence soaring. All because you valued minutes over excuses. Momentum also fuels motivation. As you see progress, even tiny, it creates excitement. Excitement drives more action. Action drives more momentum. A chain reaction begins. Small minutes today become unstoppable energy tomorrow. Finally, remember this. Minutes create momentum. Momentum builds habits. Habits deliver results. Results transform your life. Every day, focus on the small actions you can take. Protect them, value them, repeat them, and watch as unstoppable progress becomes your reality. Chapter 10. Live the present, build the future. Life is made of minutes. Every second is a chance. Every moment is a choice. But most people rush through them. They work without feeling. They plan without living. They forget that the present is all we truly have. Living fully does not mean ignoring the future. It means investing your minutes wisely. It means enjoying now while building what's next. The two are not separate. They are connected. Your future grows from the seeds you plant today. Imagine this. You're having coffee with a friend. You check your phone. Half your attention is gone. You are physically present, but your mind is elsewhere. You miss the laughter. You miss connection. Minutes wasted are moments lost forever. Now imagine the opposite. You put your phone away. You give full attention. You laugh. You share. You feel alive. You are living the present. And your relationships, your energy, your happiness grow. Balance is the key. Working every second without pause leads to burnout. Living only for pleasure without planning leads to regret. The most successful people master both. They enjoy today while securing tomorrow. They live fully and invest wisely. Here's a tip. Dedicate intentional minutes to presence. Eat without distractions. Walk without checking your phone. Talk without thinking about work. Meditate. Breathe. Notice your surroundings. Appreciate what you have. Now, let's talk about investing in your future. Every action you take today shapes tomorrow. Every minute spent learning, exercising, building, or planning compounds. Small investments accumulate. Minutes turn into habits. Habits turn into skills. Skills turn into achievements. Imagine writing a letter to your future self. What advice would you give? What small actions today would you be grateful for tomorrow? Focus on those. Live in a way that your future self thanks you. Here's another strategy, the 80-20 focus. Spend 80% of your time on meaningful actions that shape your future. Spend 20% enjoying the moment fully. This ensures progress without sacrifice. You are both productive and happy. Balance creates sustainable momentum. Now, consider reflection. At the end of each day, review your minutes. Celebrate the moments you lived fully. Notice where you invested wisely. Identify moments wasted. Reflection strengthens awareness. Awareness improves choices. Choices shape life. Imagine a life lived without attention to either present or future. You are busy, yet empty. You work hard, yet feel unfulfilled. Moments pass unnoticed. Years pass unnoticed. Time becomes your enemy. Now imagine the opposite. You savor the present. You invest in the future. You build skill, health, relationships, and knowledge. You feel joy, gratitude, and purpose. Time becomes your ally. Every minute matters. Every moment counts. Here's a practical exercise, the minute journal. Write down one thing you enjoyed today. Write down one action that invests in tomorrow. Even small actions count. Consistency matters. Minutes compound over weeks, months, and years. Another tip, mindfulness in action. Even during tasks, be present. Feel the sensations. Notice progress. Experience the process, not just the result. This transforms work into fulfillment. Now, let's combine living and building. While learning a new skill, enjoy the process. While exercising, feel your strength. While connecting with others, fully engage. Living fully enhances future growth. Future growth enhances present fulfillment. Imagine your life a year from now. Every minute balanced between presence and investment. Skills developed. Relationships strengthened. Health improved. Happiness and progress aligned. Your life becomes intentional. Your minutes become treasures. Here's a key mindset shift. Stop thinking that living fully and building the future are opposites. They are two sides of the same coin. Minutes used with awareness create both joy and achievement. Minutes wasted create regret and missed opportunity. Finally, create a daily rhythm. Morning, invest in growth, learning, planning, movement. Afternoon, focus on meaningful work, projects, goals, priorities. Evening, connect and enjoy. Family, friends, reflection, relaxation. This rhythm ensures every minute works for you, yet life remains enjoyable. So today, make a choice. Live fully in the present. Invest consistently in the future. Protect your minutes. Value every second. Balance joy with progress. And watch as your life transforms into one of fulfillment, purpose, and unstoppable growth. Remember this. Minutes are your true currency. Spend them wisely. Invest them intentionally. Live them fully. Build your future one conscious moment at a time.